Hey, hi, hello, welcome back. I'm Heather, or Miss Postweight. If you're one of my students, this is Pages with Postweight, and I'm glad you're here. I have had a really poor January reading month. It's been a lot of things that just kind of all added together, and I am not getting through books. I'm just not. I've started a lot. Like, weirdly, I have between 6 and 8 books that I am currently reading in the middle of. I need to start another one because I have a book club next week and I haven't even cracked the spine. So I haven't even opened that one. But I should be finishing a couple pretty quick here. So February is probably going to look beautiful. I just can't concentrate, and my heart and mind and thoughts and everything are different places. And so even when I do sit down to read, I'm very distracted and I am very preoccupied. That's a really good word for it. Very preoccupied. Other things are very much on my mind and heart. So I don't have a lot for January, so I thought, since I really didn't do my wrap up for middle grade for December, I would kind of combine. So even though it's a new year, I'll just talk about some of the middle grade books that I read in December, and then the 2 middle grade books that I read for January. And yeah. So in December, I had kind of talked about a couple in my wrap up for my banned books. So a couple of these I've kind of talked about a little bit, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. But one of the first ones that I read in December for middle grade was Restart. We read this one with my book club. It is one of my favorite ones to read with my book club. It is a Gordon Corman, and basically it's the perfect book for middle school. Not kidding. The premise basically is that you have a really horrific bully, and he falls off the roof and ends up hitting his head and gets amnesia, and he can't remember anything. And so he comes back to school and doesn't know who he is, doesn't know who his friends are, doesn't know anything, and really doesn't gravitate toward his old life. He actually kind of gets this fresh start and finds himself actually liking the kids that he used to be absolutely horrific to. It's a really great story that kind of follows his growth and all the things that middle schoolers kind of go through. It's funny, touching, sweet. It's always a 5-star read. And I've probably read it with my book club over the course of multiple years, 3 or 4 times. I am so sorry if you can hear my stomach. It is being very weird. It apparently did not like my lunch. So, okay. The next book that I read, and I did talk about this one previously, that would be Bones. It is by Jeff Smith. This is a graphic novel. I'm sorry I don't have it, so Bones. Graphic novel, whole big series, been around since the 90s, and kind of tells the story of one town, a couple of refugees or people that... things that left there and come into another town, and just the interactions and different things. It was interesting. I read one of them, and I know I have a number 3 in the series as well, so I thought I might read that one too and just kind of get a more feel. It was fun. I think, yeah, I gave that one 4 stars. So nope, I lied. I gave that one 3 stars. So entertaining, not my favorite, but it does what it does. I'm not going to rave about it. I also read Friends Forever by Shannon Hale. This is a middle grade graphic novel. Follows Shannon Hale's childhood. It's kind of a memoir in graphic graphic novel form. And she had 3 of these in the set. One was 6th, one was 7th, one was 8th. I read the 6th a long time ago. I read the 8th just now in December. It's pretty accurate for middle school. I mean, we are talking back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, I think, for her. So yeah, but a lot of the things that kids deal with, they still deal with. And so that was there. It is another one of those banned books, which is weird. It was banned in like a certain school district, and it said it wasn't appropriate for the age group. And I just have to wonder, what age group was it being presented to? Because it definitely is appropriate for middle school. So yeah, the things going on in it happen. Anyway, that one was also a 3-star. I have to be honest, I like Shannon Hale's like fairy tales, the fantasy that she writes. I really enjoy that stuff. I'm not a big fan of the graphic novels she's done, but I'm not the audience, so it is what it is. The next one that I read actually was my favorite, so I absolutely adored. I'm reading the series, and that would be the second one in the Cici Rios trilogy, and that is Cici Rios and the King of Fears. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. 5 stars. Fabulous book. The mythology in there, the characters, the growth, the different dynamics of the story. And I listened to it on audio. I actually had a copy of the physical. I kind of did a little combo, but the reader did amazing things with the voices. It was beautiful. It was so good. I cannot wait to read the 3rd one. There is a lot of depth and growth in these characters. So if you read the first one, you meet Cici and you meet like Coyote and you meet all the criaturas and you get a little taste of her sister. In this one, you really get to know her sister and you really get to like feel the growth of all of the characters. I really loved it. I feel like it is a fantastic adventure story that really shows the humanity and beauty of kindness. Yeah, and we need so much more of that in the world. So I absolutely 100% recommend these books, and that was definitely a 5-star read for me. That would be 4 of the middle grades that I read in December. So then we shuffle on into January. I read a total of 4 books and only 2 of them were middle grade. So yeah, I actually started reading. I needed a comfort read, and this one I do have. I needed a comfort read, and so I read a favorite series of mine. Started it, The Selection. This has been around for years. I think we're talking 2012. I was going to guess 11. Dystopian, kind of, the United States is something else. It's a different country, conglomerate, and it's established into caste systems. It really goes in deep. It's a little bit of a romance. This is not for my anti-romance people. It definitely has a romance element. You have a prince. His queen is supposed to be of the people, and so he's supposed to choose from a representative from each of the districts. And anyway, it's funny, it's sweet, it's painful, it's it's great. So I just need an escape. That was my escape. It's a great book. I always enjoy it, and that's a 5-star read for me. I just needed something easy. I am reading the second one, but like I said, I'm not finishing anything right now. So I'm sure I'll finish it in February. So the second book that I read for February that kind of counts in the middle grade YA is the Insomniacs After School series. That's the manga that I've been reading, and I read volume 8. Always a fun read, just adorable, cute characters, and you've really at this point bought into our 2 main characters and the storyline that's going, and they're just cute, and they're supporting each other, and they're like trying to help each other gain those dreams that they have. And I'm here for it. I love it. So that's been really, really a fun one for me as well. So yeah, 5 stars. So, oh, and that book, sorry. So that is Insomniacs After School, Volume 8, and it is by Makoto Ojiro. I have a lot that I'm in the middle of, so I'm looking forward to February. I've been reading a really good one that I know I have the book of, but I don't know where it's run off to. No Place Like Home. So I'm in the middle of that one. I can't wait to talk about that. I am also reading The Elite, which is number 2 of that series. And I just have a bunch of books started. 2 Degrees by Alan Grant. So I've got a lot of really good books going, and I will hopefully finish those if I can just tune the world out. That would be great. So working on it. Planning to put up my next video will probably be a reading journal one. So kind of show my January reading setup spread, and then kind of do a preview of what February is going to look like. So that's the plan on that. And I hope you are having better luck with your reading than I am with mine. But we'll see you next time, guys. And stay safe out there. Bye, guys.